Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Healthy Osprey podcast. This is going to be episode 22. My name is Kathy.
My name is Dee.
And, guys, we have been very ghost with you guys. We're finally back. The last time we did an episode was in October. But we wanted to say that we have a new guest today. Her name is Macy. She's one of our interns. So welcome, Macy.
Hi, thank you for having me. My name is Macy. I'm a junior here at UNF. I'm a health science major, and I'm doing this internship as part of my capstone experience for my major. So, super excited to be working with the Healthy Osprey ambassadors.
Yay, that's great, Macy. Yeah, we're so glad to have you on here, and hopefully that you can continue to be on our episodes. And we plan on talking about a bunch of topics, guys. For this episode, we have focused on a topic of physical fitness and nutrition. So, Dee, why don't you begin by telling us yourself, how often do you exercise?
Well, I exercise at least 3 times a week, and they're not long. I don't use weights because of the way how my body type is, but I do a lot of cardio per se. So my exercise is usually like 30 minutes a day at least. And I feel like that's just like the right amount of right amount of minutes you need, to be honest. But it keeps me going. I maintain my weight, and I'm perfectly happy with that.
That's good. As long as you're confident in your body size and even you're comfortable with exercising and you know what you have to do, that's really good. What about you, Macy?
Really similar. I don't use weights that much either. COVID has made it really hard to go to the gym. So we're actually turning our garage into like a home gym. So right now we just have a treadmill and a few weights. So I'm doing mainly cardio, 3 to 4 times a week. So pretty similar to you.
That's good. I want to know, what are your guys's goals specifically when you get a workout in? Like, is it to break a sweat? Is it to get stuff off your mind? Is it to just do it because you are so, you're determined to just get it out of the way?
Well, for me, Kathy, I am definitely like the person who exercises because like it's a stress reliever. Like when I exercise, for me, running is like my go-to. I'm like sort of like a distance running. I picked that up when I was in middle school to high school, and now like I just use it as like a stress reliever because these days, like with the whole COVID thing, and then with the elections and all this other jazz, I was very stressed. So I was like hitting that running life like very hard. And so basically for more so stress relieving. Macy, what about you?
I like running on the treadmill, like listening to music, just kind of zoning out and forgetting about everything. I like to build up endurance. I like to play volleyball, not professionally, just like with friends and stuff. So it's good to keep in shape. And yeah, just a stress reliever too with everything going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I definitely did that over quarantine, and then kind of like my life got very crazy for school. So I definitely want to I try to do some exercising, but I definitely like don't have like that routine yet. But I do
Mhm.
know like how beneficial it can be. So I appreciate you guys for sharing that part, because like some people really are confused on at times, like, you know, I feel like some of my friends think that they have to break a sweat, like they have to, be drenched and like, being exhausted and things like that. And that's really not a good thing, because really the reason why exercise is recommended is because it really helps to keep like your blood flow throughout the day. And there's so many health benefits. Like it improves your sleep, it improves like, the chances of you developing all these like bone disorders, like osteoporosis, arthritis, and all of that. So, and then it also helps you kind of eat healthier. Like I know that like have you guys ever like been to the gym and then like afterwards like maybe beforehand you wanted something kind of like unhealthy and then afterwards you're like, oh my god, like I could die for a salad right now, or I could go for like a smoothie right now?
That was me literally yesterday. I was doing my workout and in the I was doing I think I was doing yoga to be honest yesterday. And I was like before and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I really really want Wingstop." I don't know if you guys know what Wingstop is, but basically it's a really great wing place and it just hits so good, especially their Parmesan chicken. It's beautiful. But and I was like, "I really want this like so bad." And literally after I exercised, I was like, all right, let's go make a spinach salad. I
Yeah.
felt I felt different.
Yes, that's awesome. Yeah. What about you, Macy? What's something that you like to eat after a workout?
Yeah, like sometimes what gets me through a workout is just looking forward to the food I'm gonna eat afterwards. I love
Me?
like I love like big salads. Like that's something I eat a lot, or just like a healthy sandwich and a vegetable. But yeah, it's definitely something I look forward to at the end of my workout.
That's awesome. Yeah, I definitely try to do that too. Like I just think of that and it's good because you're doing something for yourself and there's actually like um it's actually like a good behavior if you ever make yourself a salad or not sorry, make yourself something to eat instead of you buying it because you're kind of like doing this behavior as in like your body like deserves it, you know, in a way instead of you like buying it already prepared like does that make sense like
Hmm.
Yeah.
yeah. um so that's really good. Do you guys have anything else to say that is related to exercise?
I would just like to put out there is that exercise is a great thing, but never like overdo it. I think that's like a big thing. Like I know some people are like, I really want this body type, like I really want to look like this. And we get that. We understand that. But there's a point where you just have to make sure that you're taking care of your body at the same time, you know? Like you should never like try to overdo it. And I've been there before, that's why I'm saying it. So yeah.
Yeah. And I also think that you should not feel like you have to be sore every time you finish a workout either. It is a good feeling because like that is actually like showing that there's progress being made with your muscles. However, it's not necessary for you to feel sore after every workout. Like when I was in high school, I was working out like 5 times a week, like running, and each time like I would run like 2 or 3 miles and then I would literally start weightlifting like but kind of like just toning, not really like going bulky or anything like that. And some days I felt really sore and some days I didn't feel a thing. And it was the same workout. So it really just depends on honestly like your body and everything. And I also recommend that you guys stretch because like stretching
Yes.
helps a lot. So it may be boring, but like it really does help a lot in my opinion. So I guess we can transition to nutrition. So what are some things that you think, some behaviors that you do, or some of the stereotypes that you think maybe about yourself that you probably think that another girl or a guy relates as well? So, for example, I can say, um, as I was talking to some of my friends, I can say that a lot of us feel like we don't eat during our busiest times of the day. And then when we're done, we kind of, you know, overeat. Has any of you guys ever done a behavior like that?
Yes, for
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah. Um, so do you have any other basically the first question that I asked, like have you guys seen anything that you relate to with a stereotype or behavior?
Yeah, like especially if you're working long hours in the day, it can be hard to remind yourself to eat. And then you might have like a short lunch break where you have to go get fast food just because it's easier. But I would say one thing that helps a lot is just like meal prepping throughout the week and kind of plan in your head like what you're gonna eat so that you don't just like go to McDonald's every day.
Yeah. What about you, D? Anything?
I can't really think of one right now on the spot, but I do know that at one point when I was working from home, I ended up doing a lot of, even though I thought I had the time, I did it. I started doing, well, my roommate influenced me to do DoorDash, and then I realized it was a terrible habit. It's just like what Macy was saying um, about like getting food in when you have a break, but then I had to switch it up because I was like, this is not healthy. But so yeah,
So
now I
you
do
had the
do
temptation to eat fast food while you were door dashing?
yes, because
Mm.
when you go through the app, it shows you like all of this food. You see like PDQ, you see
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A. You don't see anything that's like lean and green. So the first thing you see is that. So that's why I literally stopped using DoorDash as well. I was like, it's too much of a temptation. So that's the
I've
whole thing.
never
But I
seen
took. What'd you say, Kathy?
I've never seen like that type of like idea of doing that job, and that type of temptation you could have.
Mm, but
Yeah.
you do.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I definitely like even like I know that if you work in a restaurant or if you work in a fast food chain, like you're most likely going to be eating the food from there because they give you like a discount and all
Hmm.
that. Um, but one thing I also wanted to say was I think some students or maybe some of us like we struggle with like the um the idea of feeling full or like not knowing when to stop because like you're so hungry. So, one thing I would recommend for you guys is like if you're having a meal in front of you and you're in the when you're having it, maybe you had a long day, you had a long shift and you're like, "Oh my gosh, like I haven't eaten anything today. Like I'm just going to eat this." And then like you see like a bag of chips next to you and then you see like candy right there or whatever it is. Like I want y'all to know that like first of all, drink water. That's like the best thing that you can do while you're eating is providing hydration. And then give yourself about 20 minutes to feel if you're satiated or not. That's kind of the actual like timeline that it takes for your brain to receive that signal. Um, Another thing is that protein actually is more helpful in having you feel satiated and bringing that satiety signal to your brain instead of like a carbohydrate. Like, yes, the carbs help, but in terms of like feeling full for a longer period of time is going to be protein. So, and that's like actually like studied and it was researched and we learned that in our thing. So, for example, something that could be like a good protein source is like having a protein shake. Like, have you ever had like a protein shake where it's not even a shake, you just had milk in it and the powder? Like, I mean, yeah, that's what it is. Okay. Anyways, I mean, like when I think of shake, I think like you're adding ice cream to it and like, yeah. But like for example, like those have 20 grams of protein. But something that could be like food wise would obviously be like, chicken. Y'all know the thing already. Yeah, y'all know it all. Um, I could go all day about this, but even like eggs like are really good for you. Um, and so I want to say that if you can pack like snacks that are more like like have you ever heard of like protein boxes?
Yes.
I've
Like
seen
yeah,
them. Yeah.
yeah, so little things like that. And you don't even have to like go out and buy them already made. Like you could literally make them yourself like Macy said like meal prepping. It helps so much with cost, uh your time that you actually spend in the grocery store finding it versus like you just making it in like little 3 packs already. Like it's really easy and I really love like how there's so much variety right now, like all those little containers, the reusable bags and all of that. So buy reusable. Yeah.
Save the planet.
Do you guys have anything to say?
I want to discuss about love. Love is something coming up. February is coming up. It's coming up faster than we believe it is. So I just want to talk about like how to love yourself, you know?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So Macy, how do you love yourself?
I think like self-care is a big part of that, like the fitness and nutrition starting there. But it's also mental, like a state of mind. So doing
Hmm.
everything intentionally. Um, it's important to take breaks, especially in school when you're feeling overwhelmed, and just being mindful of how you spend your time and not to get too stressed out.
Yeah, when you said do things intentionally, I remembered a quote my mom used to drill in my head is that before you start a war, you got to know what you're fighting for. And so I feel like that's like my mindset when it comes to loving yourself. Like for me, I feel like I got to prioritize myself a bit more. So now I kind of do these thankful Fridays where I write in my journal and I'd be like, I'm thankful that I'm alive today. I'm thankful that I have my family. And I feel like that's a part of like loving yourself because it shows like where you came from, you know? And so journaling helps a lot for me when it comes to loving myself. And I also spoil myself by shopping. I'm a bit of a shopper. And so, like yesterday, I was like, I've done all my work for the week. I'm going out. I'm going to spoil myself. And I went out and I came right back in because I was scared. I saw something traumatic on the road, like a bad car accident, but I still spoiled myself, went shopping and came right back home. And it just felt nice because I feel like I did that. Like I deserve that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I feel that too, but with me, I think it's grocery shopping. I
Kathy,
literally,
your mom.
dude, I think for me it's grocery shopping because I love to cook, and so I like making little recipes, and then or like I'm just like, oh, I don't have like this in my fridge. But like I go all out. Like I don't just buy like a couple things. So I try to like really break down like the time that I go grocery shopping like just once every 2 weeks. And like yeah, because I know that you can get easily carried away with it, and I'm trying to get into the habit of kind of using everything that's, and then allowing whatever is okay to stay in there, like dry stuff, then that's fine. But yeah, that's a good way of loving yourself. Like, I've definitely have felt that before. Also, like the self-care thing that you mentioned, Macy, like there's kind of like a gratification that you get like after like you've had like such a long day and like you like literally pamper yourself, or like you just like do that on a weekend too. Like whether it's like just like giving yourself like a hair mask, a face mask, like I don't know, I just feel like so much better when I do that. I just feel like different, you know? Like I feel like you ever like when you change like you get in like an oil change in your car, like I feel that for myself when like you just like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
yeah, another thing that I wanted to say when it comes to self-love is that I know that like some of us have like insecurities where, you know, we can be, you know, feeling distant from some people, or maybe we're unsure about how we're going to recover from the situation with someone. And I want to say like how important it is to have that like social network of like your friends in your family. But if you're more close with your friends or your family, like you know which side to pick more. But I want to say that like the majority of us like all face like the same like insecurities, not insecurities, but like problems that come into our life and then leave our life. So when you like talk to someone like about that and you get like their perspective on it, like you may not probably be as hard as you are on yourself. um I definitely have come to my friends for like advice on things, and my friends have come to me for advice. So like they've come to me for like nutrition advice, but they've given me like advice about other things. So I just want to say that like everyone has like a different perspective about something, and they probably have better advice that they can give you than you even have for yourself. So like I want to say some of the things are like, you know, for example, have you ever like been around your family? I mean, I've been around my family, but like have you ever had a family member that is kind of just like, or a friend, that's kind of every time they see you, they have a comment to say about you? Like
Yes.
and it's a negative one, like, oh, like you gotten bigger, or like, oh, you look different, you look more tired, or something like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And like one of my friends was saying that, and I was like, that's interesting because like I've received that in the past. And then I realized that all the other girls received that. And then, you know, when you show to that person that is giving you those comments that, you know, you're not offended by it, it really makes them, you know, feel different, because people that like to make those comments get like literally like a gratification from giving you that comment. Like they feel validated that it's true that they said that to you. And one thing that you can do is you kind of take it like not with confidence, but you take that comment and you can literally just laugh about it. And or you can tell them like, if they say like you look bigger or whatever, you can be like, yeah, um well, I mean, I've been going to the gym like every day for the past week or whatever. I mean, you don't even have to tell the truth or anything like that. And then you just change the subject by literally saying, "Oh, where'd you get your shoes? Oh, where did you like do this?" Or like, or you can change the subject by saying like, "Oh, but um besides that, I got a good grade on this test." Like, for example, if it's, you know, a family member saying something like that, like you could, like my parents or something, you can be like, oh, I got like, you know, the dean's list, or like things like that, just to like kind of like balance it off that, you know, their comment, what they just said, it's just irrelevant. Um, that's something that I would recommend, because like I feel like a lot of us can really get those little thoughts that in comments that people say to ourselves like in our heads, and you know it really can ruin your whole day. And luckily like ever since I was little, I kind of, you know, have received that, but I've kind of like overcome it because like I lost weight and like I feel a lot, you know, healthier and all that. So but as a kid, like even as a kid, like, you know, it sucks that, you know, we had to face little things like that. So I just want to let you guys know that um yeah, there's other people that can help you like, you know, find a different perspective. And yeah.
And not only that, like when you were saying that, it kind of goes into, when I think of loving yourself, it kind of goes into your body image and how you see yourself, and also your mentality. And so, like in my room, I currently have like little posters that motivate me to do me. So I have one that says, keep that same energy. And then I have one that says, you are meant for big things. And I have one that says, dream big. And another one that's like, hug more, be grateful, shine bright. And those things, like, if I feel like if my environment is positive, like nothing anyone can say, it may hurt for a second, but once I come back into my positive environment, I feel uplifted. Like I feel like I'm special. I'm the best person in the world, you know? And
Yeah.
I feel like it also helps me to practice kindness towards others. And so when it comes to loving yourself, I feel like it's so important to have positive influences around you, like your friends, the people who you choose. Like that's all about loving yourself, because the people who you choose to be friends with, it kind of shows, like if you want a pessimistic person, if you're a pessimistic person, then I understand. But then if you have a positive person around you, they're going to help you to see things in a better light, you know? So I feel like that's another way how to love yourself, is just choosing like your mentality that you want to have. And that after that influences everything around you, you know?
Yeah. Your friendship really is highly influential, because that behavior is literally like a learned behavior. Like it's part of just observing them, like, and then how you act around them, how they interact around others. Um, and so it's really good that you said that because, you know, I feel like some of us are unaware of how, you know, detrimental it can be if you don't like surround yourself with people that are trying to, you know, be positive with you. And yeah.
Mhm.
Anyways, did you have anything to say, Macy, before we close it out?
I would say self-love has a lot to do with social media. Um, I think it can be healthy sometimes, maybe to take like a week-long break from Instagram or something. Like if you know that that really feeds into your mind and it's influencing your thoughts. So
Hmm.
that's something that I would recommend trying.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, that's a good one. All right, guys. So this is it for our episode 22. I appreciate you guys joining and hoping that we can continue to film every week, hopefully. But yeah, it was good. Hopefully we'll have some good topics that are, you know, going to be like related to probably February, maybe mental health or who knows. So yeah. All right. Thank you guys for joining. My name is Kathy,
My name is Dee.
My name is Macy.
and we hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.